All right, everyone. Happy Sunday. I am First Alert Meteorologist Courteney Jacobazzi. It was a cold morning this morning, and it's only going to get colder heading into the start of the work and school week. We have a First Alert weather day for Monday for that hard freeze that is expected. So we're going to give you everything you need to know to get you ready to go back to work, go back to school. Tomorrow, of course, a big day for everyone to kind of go back to business as usual. And the forecast is going to be quite cold. So I know a lot of you have probably brought out your winter wear. Make sure that you have it handy this week because we have a lot of freezing mornings on the way. So the morning checklist for today, kind of rounding out your weekend as you're getting everything prepared to kind of get back to your normal routine this week. You'll need the coat this morning. You'll need it through about 10 o'clock, and then you'll need the long sleeves this afternoon. You'll definitely need layers from start to finish today, and you'll also need the sunglasses. We will see a lot of sunshine. You'll notice a few high clouds building in, some cirrus clouds or kind of those wispy clouds that could offer some more filtered sunshine. That is kind of a sign that a pattern change is happening, and we have a couple of weather systems that'll knock on our door that's ultimately going to keep this first week of December very cold for us. Temperatures through the day today, by noon we'll head into the upper 40s. Today we're topping out in the low 50s, so again it's going to be a chilly day, maybe a couple degrees warmer than yesterday by the time it's all said and done. And if you do have any evening plans tonight, we'll be back in the mid 40s around 6, low 40s around 9 o'clock, so just be sure again that you are bundled up appropriately for that. High temperatures today in the upper 40s to low 50s, maybe a few mid 50s in East Georgia, but overall a pretty chilly day that is below the average of 59 for this time of year by a handful of degrees. So just make sure you got your sweaters on, all the things to keep you nice and toasty, and you want to kind of find your way in the sun more than not because the shade always feels several degrees cooler. And speaking of cooler, it's only going to get colder from here. We have our first Alert weather day tomorrow. We'll have what we call a clipper system roll in. It's a very quick moving system that essentially clips the southeast, and that's going to usher in some cooler air behind the parent low of it. What's going to happen is this really cold air is going to get wrapped around that low and dive into the southeast. In fact, such cold air that there is like feet of lake effect snow going on in the Midwest right now all along the Great Lakes region. So that cold air will knock on our door and ultimately give us a widespread hard freeze. And not only that, we might have enough moisture to squeeze out a couple of flurries around that low. We could have a little bit of wraparound moisture from that low, and that could offer the mountains, so anywhere from Hayesville down into Blue Ridge, of course, Brasstown Bald, our highest elevation here in North Georgia. Maybe a few flurries could float around tomorrow night, Monday night. Don't be completely caught off guard if that does happen. But we're not looking at any kind of accumulating snow. Don't worry about that. But we are looking at plenty of cold. We're not only going to be cold, but the breeze is going to start to pick up. It's not going to be windy by any stretch of the imagination, but any kind of wind when you have such dry and cold air is going to make it feel significantly colder. So tomorrow morning, stepping out the door, this is what it's going to feel like. It'll feel more like the teens to low 20s. At the surface, our temperatures will be in the mid to upper 20s. So there's that widespread hard freeze that is the result of our first Alert weather day. You're going to want to drip your pipes tonight. Make sure you're covering your outdoor spigots if you can. Plants and pets need to be thought about over the next several nights. Tomorrow afternoon, it'll feel more like the 30s to low 40s. So there's definitely going to be a bite in the air all day. You'll want to have the beanie to keep your ears and your head nice and warm, the scarf, the coat. You'll need it pretty much all day long. And I do want to point your attention to the mountains. Notice that tomorrow afternoon, still feeling below freezing, it's going to struggle to feel warmer than freezing for about 48 hours starting tomorrow up in the mountains. So while we're emphasizing you need to stay warm and bundle up across North Georgia and Metro Atlanta, really that's emphasized for the mountains because it is going to be really, really cold up there for a pretty prolonged period of time. Taking you into Tuesday morning. So not only will we have a clipper system move through Monday, we'll have another weather system move in Tuesday. So two back-to-back very quickly. That's going to really reinforce that cold air. And we're talking temperatures in the low to mid 20s on Tuesday morning, but feeling more like the teens across North Georgia and maybe close to the single digits up in the higher elevations of the mountains. So very, very cold air Tuesday morning. And then Tuesday afternoon, it's going to struggle to feel warmer than the 30s across even Metro Atlanta. So just gear up for a very cold stretch of weather. Our mornings will stay below freezing through Wednesday. We'll briefly have a spike into the low 40s on Thursday. That's ahead of a cold front that will drop our temperatures right back into freezing territory Friday and Saturday. So clearly the first week of December, extremely cold, really active. We have a handful of weather systems rolling in. No wintry precipitation expected with this. Maybe a few showers on Thursday along that cold front. But behind all these weather systems, it is going to be downright cold. Again, Thursday, that's the day where we'll watch for maybe an isolated shower or two. but no significant rainfall. And we could have another round of showers on Saturday as well. That rain chance looking really low. Rain, definitely not the big story this week. It's all about the cold. Low 50s today, that first alert weather day, for a widespread hard freeze tomorrow morning. Further north you go, the deeper that cold is going to be, and then highs only in the 40s tomorrow, feeling colder with the breeze. And then as we head into Tuesday, Wednesday morning, we're still sitting in the 20s, feeling even colder. Tuesday will be the coldest morning. Highs in the mid 40s on Tuesday. We'll go back into the 50s Wednesday afternoon, briefly warming into the 40s, so we'll wake up a little bit more mild on Thursday. Small rain chance Thursday, long cold front, and our temperatures tumble right back into the upper 20s Friday morning. Highs only in the 40s Friday, low 30s Saturday morning, high only near 50 on Saturday. So clearly, you're going to need to keep the coats handy. You're going to want to make sure that you're pulling out all your winter layers, all of the sweaters and scarves and things that you've had kind of boxed up in the back of your closet waiting for the season. Well, it's here. So make sure to bring everything out that you need to stay warm this week. And it looks like, looking at the Climate Prediction Center outlook over the next 8 to 14 days, taking us into the middle of December, the eastern half of the United States stays below average. That doesn't mean every day is going to be below average, but that's definitely going to be a trend for at least the first half of the month. So just get ready. December definitely showing its teeth to kick it off, and it looks like we're going to stay pretty chilly heading into at least the first half of the month. All right, everyone, I hope you make it a wonderful day. Stay warm. It's going to be quite cold the next couple of days, especially tomorrow morning. Make sure you have all the layers on tomorrow morning going back to work and school. We'll update you on your forecast on the Atlanta News First Alert Weather app for all of your top stories that we're following over the weekend. Make sure you go to AtlantaNewsFirst.com or Atlanta News First app, a great tool to stay connected on what's happening in the news world and what's going on with all of our top stories. So be sure to have that handy to stay up to date on your latest news and weather. Make it a good one.